Hi, everybody. How are you? Thank you for being here on Bonbon's Lair. It's a show on the web, the internet, 2025, April 5th. It's a live stream on Twitch. If you're here on Twitch, thanks for being here. If you're here on a YouTube, you missed it, but now you're here. If you're here on the podcast, audio only on Apple Music, that's what I do. So we're making it available a large variety of ways. Ever get the feeling like you've seen everything that's good on YouTube? I've never gotten that feeling, Salami Mommy. Never. Not once. Not even inclination. What up, Pajama Joe? What up? What? Where'd you come from, Pajama Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Tell me about yourself now, Pajama Joe. The real S Dodge. Now, the real S Dodge is not the real Mitch Dodge. Or maybe it is. I'm getting a little bit of distortion here on my mic. I don't know what it is. It could be just that I'm using a warm audio preamp that disappoints. It's like low quality shit. This is going to be Bonbon's Lair. We got a guest today. We've got a guest. But I don't know who he is. I don't know who the guest is. I don't know who he is. I keep on asking my producers. I'm like, who are these people you're sending me? And the producers just they routinely ignore my emails. They don't take my calls. I text them. They say, who dis? I say, Dave, your client. But we've got something printed out here that came from the printer. My guest today is the drummer of a new musical project that I'm in. Also, it's called Critter Den. He's a talented singer-songwriter. Has performed under the name Obvious Dolphin, among others. Sometimes he's performed with bands such as Louch, Strand of Oaks, Tiger's Jaw, New Motels, Drag Lodge, many more. I was going to ask him of all of them, but I figured I'd just remember, but then I couldn't remember anymore. He's a family man, a traveling man, a rambling man. Ladies and gentlemen, deep from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to give a earnest thank you for being here, Thomas Abrams. Thomas, hello.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? That was lovely.
Thank you. My producers wrote that.
Yeah, it's great. I forgot about all those things.
What do you go by when you're singing and songwriting now? Thomas Abrams?
I guess I haven't thought about it. I've always liked the name Sight Like a Bee.
Sight Like a Bee. That's your Instagram handle.
That's my YouTube and Instagram. If I play out, I just say my name's Thomas. I don't really have a name.
Right. Do you think are there any superheroes that change their names like mid Marvel movie? They're like, I'm no longer Aquaman. I'm now water guy.
That would be cool. I'm water guy. I like that.
I'm now the wet
water dude.
I'm now the wet slippery fish. Don't call me Aquaman. I'm the wet slippery fish from now on.
I'm not Aquaman. No, I don't know.
Thomas, welcome to Bonbon's Lair, but more importantly, welcome to Bonbon Slambook, which is a subsidiary of Bonbon's Lair. It's
very cool.
There's different. It's a corporation. We have different layers to the show. You're my first guest.
Excellent.
I don't know if I was clear about that.
No, first of many.
First of many. The reason I wanted to bring you on, mostly as first, mostly because we have this music project and we have this video that I was excited about, and in keeping in the spirit of my own personal synergy, I wanted to premiere the music video on my live stream show / YouTube show / podcast. And I thought it made sense to have you on. We could talk about Critter Den, how it formed, our methods, if we should. I don't know if we should even talk about it. I don't even know if
I don't know. I feel like it might enhance the experience.
And it might detract.
Right.
People might be like, I'm not fucking listening to that then, if that's how they did it.
Right.
But we'll get there when we get there, because first I want to start with Bonbon's Slambook.
Bonbon.
Here we are. In Bonbon's Slambook, we've opened the door. My nose is very itchy right now, and I just keep looking over to me, just pulling on it, but it's just itchy. Allergies. It's just, it's not just pulling on my nose because it feels good. Feels good though.
Okay.
If I yank on it a little bit. Anyway, what's your name?
Thomas.
There we go. One page down.
Yeah.
Thomas, where do you live?
I think you said, where are you?
I said, where do you live? Oh, you know what? My questions I texted you, I might have been different than what I had on the book. That's a good point. This is a good note going forward. I should put the exact question I have on the book. But where do you live? You live in a laundry room north of Philadelphia. Sad. What a sad story we have so far. Rainbow Astronaut is here in the chat. And also Teflon Dill is here in the chat. They're first-time chatters. Isn't that exciting?
Welcome.
Twitch tells me if it's the first time someone's chatting, and I think it's so exciting.
This is great.
Yeah. So anyway, you live home in a laundry room north of Philadelphia.
Right.
Not west of Philadelphia, and you're not the Fresh Prince Will Smith.
Yeah, that's all I could say about that.
No, you don't want to dox yourself.
Right.
People will be sending letters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Okay, see, now we skipped 3. What do I do? So I said for work, data and video, primarily in music venues.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For work, I was just wondering what you do, but you're telling me your occupation.
Right. When somebody says, what do you do? I'm like, you mean for fun?
Yeah. It's
work?
It's a lot of pressure because people are like, what do you do? And then you suddenly, well, I'm not just hanging out, laying on the couch all the time. I don't want you to think that.
Yeah. I had a guy say, he's like, what do you do? Like, that's what he opened with.
Yeah.
I told him, and then I'm like, I don't really care what people do, but I was like, how about you, And he was like, oh, I'm the head of maintenance for all the local schools. And I'm like, why did you open? What do you do if you're like the head of maintenance? Like, that's what you want to talk about? That you're the head of maintenance?
I mean, he's the head of maintenance. It's not like he's like, I'm the associate manager of maintenance, I
just feel like there's got to be something more interesting about you, but that's what he's going with.
So what I know about you from, we should also probably, I'm going to text the gents and let them know that we're live. Because we're on a text group chat with a bunch of dudes, like 50 dudes or so. And
there's us and 3 other dudes.
Yeah. But
yeah, I didn't know if
I'm not keeping a secret from. I was going to let him
just edit it down later.
I do answer chat. You guys should see it. Hold on, quickly. I want to show. The viewers. There's another guy, Thomas. There's a guy named Rat Cousin, who he's a Twitch streamer, and I saw this dude at the airport today that looked just like, Rat Cousin. Look at this guy. Looks just like Rat Cousin. That's crazy.
I don't know. Twitch world.
Yeah, you wouldn't even. You're like, who is this guy? This guy looks just like Rat Cousin. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit for. This is this guy on Twitch. He's a dude that dresses up in a rat costume, and then.
But this is a random guy in the airport.
This is a random guy in the airport.
Right.
But Rat Cousin dresses up in a rat costume, puts a Studio Ghibli filter on, and then he says he's a cartoon. But I think your job is kind of cool from my point of view. Do you like your job?
I enjoy it, yes. I travel to all the cool music venues, and I get to see a lot of shows and crawl around old theaters, and I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. What are some theaters that you've helped build?
Right here, I wouldn't say build, but we redo the.
I'm going to say build. I'm going to say build.
Video stuff for the Keswick Theater is the local one. The last big one we did was the Pinnacle in Nashville, which is a nice, beautiful music venue. That was building from the ground up, and it turned out great. It's an awesome place.
Do all these venues have their own unique smells, or is there kind of a venue smell that permeates all of them?
Ooh, okay. No, some of them, it depends where you are. If you're in the ceiling, they could have a smell.
Wow, yeah. So even different layers of the building have different smells.
Yeah.
That's badass, dude. What's your generation?
I think I'm a millennial, right?
I think I wrote I'm a millennial. I think we're Xennials. Like we're like right on the edge of Gen X and millennial, but we're cool because we lived our lives without the internet for a while, and then we got the internet. Right. So we lived our lives not knowing how easy it is to print out nude photos of Jenny McCarthy that you get on the internet, and then we discovered how cool it was to print out nude photos of Jenny McCarthy that we have on the internet, and that changed our lives forever. Anyway, I got a whole stockpile. Jenny McCarthy, she was in Playboy.
Yeah. That was one of my first experiences with a naked lady, as my buddy Jason had, his family had a large pornography collection.
Oh, nice.
And they had a Jenny McCarthy video.
Wow.
And it was just her like dancing around, and I remember that she had a really nice hiney.
Yeah. One of my first pornography experiences was the Tanya Harding sex tape.
Wow.
Yeah. That was kind of my introduction to amateur and just general pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that existed.
It exists with her husband, Jeff. It's very interesting.
Did she release it, or is it I don't want to watch it if it's stolen.
I don't know the story behind it. I want to say they released it voluntarily because, look, I'll be straight up with you. My dad had it. And I found it. And I watched it. And I was like, is this like, it was like a blank VHS that I put in the VCR.
Wow.
And then I was like, is that fucking Tanya Harding, the lady who clubbed Nancy Kerrigan? And then she starts, taking her blouse off. I was like, what? Tanya. And then,
wow. I was young bomb, just mind blown.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my generation. Xennials.
Awesome.
What kind of car do you drive?
Toyota Tacoma.
Nice, dude. That's my son Noah is one of his favorite cars. Hold on. My mic is getting a little crunchy at times. It's pissing me off.
It's crazy because it sounds good over here.
Yeah, you're getting my laptop, but I'm glad that's good. But I have this. I'm running through a preamp into a compressor into my mixer, and then I actually got a new. It might not even be my preamp. It might just be my patching. But I have a new compressor, which is my mix bus compressor, and then that's going into another interface. It's awesome.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I want it a lot. I want to put something else in the middle there.
Yeah. But it's still screwing up.
Yeah, well, somewhere along the line. I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Knobs.
Too many knobs. So many knobs. We got, Thomas, I just want to let you know there's a lot of people here right now. What's up, Man Digital Snatch? There's someone named Man Digital Snatch. Mike Sexy is here.
Are they
Mommy.
fans of?
They're fans.
Or are they just like,
they're fans of Critter Den, I think mostly.
Yeah. We have 2 monthly listeners, so
and
that
then
makes sense.
People that subscribed to my Twitch channel. But this is our community. I just want to shout out some of them here. A lot of cool people here. A lot of old friends. Analog Hole 1 is here.
Hell yeah.
And do you know that an Applebee's fan has seen Strand of Oaks live? They put that in the chat.
An Applebee's fan?
Well, that's their screen name.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Probably not when I was in the band.
But
that was many years ago.
Were you were a big Applebee's fan at one point? True?
Huge Applebee's fan.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember going to Applebee's with you. Way back.
Oh, yeah. When they first, opened up in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where we came up.
Yeah.
It was a changer.
Applebee's fans said they saw Strand of Oaks when they toured with Pat Finnerty, one of their favorite YouTube guys. Thomas was not on that tour.
Yes. No, I did see that show in Philadelphia, though.
Oh, Thomas was there. Wow. That's cool. That's crazy. You guys might have bumped into each other without knowing it. Your shoulders might have bumped into each other. If they were in Philadelphia. Absolutely. I don't know if they're in Philadelphia or not. All right. I love your Tacoma. What color? What year?
It's blue.
Nice.
And I think it's a 2015.
Oh, cool.
I love a pickup truck. It's like a secret. Like nobody told me it's a family vehicle with a giant trunk.
Does it have an extended cab?
Yeah, you can fit 5 people in there.
Oh, wow.
And then you just have and plywood. So it's great.
It's badass. Maybe if my fit ever expires, maybe I'll look into a Tacoma. We'll
Pretty
see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not huge,
My fit is blue. What's your favorite food, Thomas?
Pizza is usually my answer. And then I also wrote knish because I love knishes.
I like pizza.
Let's talk about yours. Did you say meat on bones?
Yeah, I wrote meat on bones.
Like a chicken wing.
Like a chicken wing, or I talked about this ribs, but I don't really eat much ribs, but I like the idea of ribs. But then we had a nanny in Atlanta that would come 3 days a week to watch Noah. Her name was Mary Young, and she would make this like pork soup where it was like pork back soup. It was real spicy and had carrots and potatoes, and there would just be like crazy bones that I'd be like trying to find little bits of meat on, but it became one of my favorite foods. I also wrote raw peppers, raw onions, bitter gourd, and tacos.
Raw onions is in the top.
Dude,
okay.
It hopped up to the top. What up, cat guy Bob? I know that guy.
Meat on bones, I like that.
Yeah, and then what's like? Do you have a daily if you had one pizza that you had to get for dinner tonight? It's like a go-to.
I mean, there's not a ton in this area. There's a good Sicilian that I can get locally. I haven't found a great round pie.
When you say locally, do you mean like within like 30 minutes or how locally?
I'm not driving 30 minutes for pizza right now. No.
Yeah.
Like locally, like, I'm gonna go grab a pizza,
within 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That's your cutoff.
Even 15, I can't. Find a great one. There is a place called Glenside Startup Pizza or something like that. That's probably the best pizza around, but they're open for like 2 hours a week. You have to kind of find them at like a festival.
Oh wow,
it's incredible.
That sounds artisanal.
Yeah. They make these tiny little pies. I don't know if they have like a brick and mortar that's open like I said, they're hard to find. But when you go to like St. Patrick's Day parade, there's a line, and they're amazing.
Nice.
I love New York style, and that's what I grew up on. But then now that I travel a lot, I really dig the Detroit stuff. I'm all about just trying pizza everywhere I go.
What's your favorite Northeast PA pizza? And I know you did that Northeast PA pizza tournament thing, which looked fun way back.
We did a tour. Yeah, we did 9 places in one day. That was pretty cool. I like Nello's. It's like a great street slice. Dough Company is still one of my favorites.
I'm a Dough Company guy.
Dough Company's awesome. There's nothing that I've tried in this country that tastes like Dough Company. Sabatini's is good, although it's kind of like a glorified frozen pizza.
Okay. I get why you would say that. Okay. It's like real fit. Like it's like they took it off a cardboard tray. I could see it being stored on a cardboard tray. But
dough, but it works somehow.
It works. What's your favorite song right now, or singer, or songwriter? This is where we talk about music.
Oh, cool. So yeah, you said song, and like I said, I didn't read these questions until I was like ready to answer them very quickly. So whatever came out, this is what I said. And I said, right now, Vampire Empire by Big Thief. Yeah. I love Big Thief. And then Grand Mal, Ezra Furman, that, it's her single that just came out recently. I get up every morning and I put it on. It just has the coolest vibe. I think she's the coolest. And then I Got Heaven by Mannequin Pussy kind of gets me pumped every day too.
Did you see they were on like Mannequin Pussy was on like Jimmy, or no, it was on the John Mulaney thing. Did you see that video clip?
I didn't watch it. Somebody sent it to me. Yeah, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty badass.
Really want to see it.
And you took a songwriting class with Big Thief. With all of Big Thief?
No, just Adrienne. She did a
workshop.
Yeah, there's this thing called School of Song, and they do songwriting like workshops with different people. I took one with Scott McMicken too, and Buck Meek also a while back. I try to do like one a year, and then I could write a bunch of cool songs. But yeah, she did one. It was great. She's fun. You just learn like a trick or two.
Yeah,
they're like, why don't you cut up a bunch of coasters and then use all the words from those coasters? And you're like, I never thought of that. And it just works, and then you write a hit song.
And then is that over Zoom or whatever?
Yeah.
And then there's just like, could you look at other people in the Zoom room, like people are trying to play their guitars and stuff?
You kind of break off into little groups and write songs.
Oh, wow.
Like first they give you like a few minutes to go write a song. They're like, boom, there you go. You just wrote a song. And then, they just kind of have like a few classes, and then there's always homework. And that's kind of the best part, because I love having a deadline. I always give myself deadlines where I'm like, I'm going to write a song tonight. I'm going to record it and send it to this person.
Did anyone say, "Oh, Miss Lanker, I don't want to do homework"? Miss Lanker. Didn't happen. Would it be cool?
No, everybody's obsessed with her. That's the thing. They're in love. I saw her solo in Philly, and I could not believe, like, at one point she asked for a nail clipper, because she was like, I got this nail thing happening, and they brought out a nail clipper, and she's sitting on stage like filing her nails, and there was like, you could hear a pin drop.
Oh wow. Could you?
And it's all like young kids. And I was like, since Vic Chestnut, I haven't seen such a respectful crowd like that in my life, that were just like waiting for her to say anything. They were just hanging on every movement. It was incredible. Like, her fans are obsessed. It's beautiful.
I saw Andy Schaaf last year, and the crowd was very respectful, and I was surprised because I've been to shows where crowds are dickheads, but Andy Schaaf, they're not dickheads too. It's these guys, they command an audience.
Right. He's a quiet dude.
What's your favorite movie or show? Hey, Eugene T. Maleska is here. What up?
Hey, Eugene. This is, again, off the top of my head, Lethal Weapon 2, Basketball Diaries, and of course, It's a Wonderful Life.
Whatever Leo wants, Leo gets, right? Is that Lethal Weapon 2? Is that it?
Is that the second one? I'll tell you what.
I don't know.
I'm trying to watch them with my buddy right now who's never seen Lethal Weapons, and they're great. If you ask me today, I'd probably say Fight Club. I could watch that every day of the week, but Lethal Weapon 2, oh, it's a classic.
I haven't seen any of the Lethal Weapons recently, but where are they set?
I believe they're in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering that. Sometimes I like what, because I live Los Angeles County. I don't want to say L.A. because I'm in the suburbs. Yeah. People are like, you're not L.A., but I'm Los Angeles County. But I like watching movies, especially movies that I kind of know, and be like, oh, I know where that is. I know where that is.
Yeah, I could be wrong. It was one of those movies I had on VHS when I grew up because I'm a Xillennial.
Yeah, you're Xillennial.
I watched it hundreds of times, and then I recently rewatched it, and I was like, "Yep, holds up."
Yeah,
incredible.
We've got some people in the chat throwing out their favorite movies. I want to give some shout outs to Salami Momi, who says Goodfellas, Lost in Translation. Salami Momi says, I watched Wayne's World yesterday, kind of classic, kind of cringe. I couldn't disagree with you more. I think it's just totally classic. I think it's
cringe.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything cringe about Wayne's World. I think it's perfect, spot on. Teflon Dill says Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, classic, the best.
And then Teflon Dill also says The Office, I guess favorite show.
Yeah,
I've never seen Basketball Diaries. I do have to watch that.
Oh, that's a good one. Any Leonardo DiCaprio movie is my favorite, but that is a great one.
And then
so good.
It's a Wonderful Life. I'm saving up to the right moment to watch It's a Wonderful Life. I know it's going to come soon.
Deathbed. Right to your deathbed.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be like, I should have lived this way. Yeah, that's a good one.
Let's see, what time is it? It's 6:50. I want to premiere this video, but I was thinking maybe we'd do it in the middle, but maybe we just push through and then we'll premiere when we're done. Because I want people to know what you're capable of, really, with these drums. These drums that you bang on. I want people.
Okay.
I don't know how you do it. But what book do you recommend?
So I put Giraffes Can't Dance, Little Blue Truck, and The Rainbow Fish.
I've never heard of any of these three. I know books like I don't know any of the.
Like John Steinbeck.
I know John Steinbeck. I know Judy Blume. What is Giraffes Can't Dance or Little Blue Truck or Rainbow Fish?
These are children's books, and I just kind of have this theory that if everybody went to kindergarten and actually listened or read children's books, we can have a better world. If we forced Congress and the president and everybody to just go back to school and say, keep your hands to yourself and be nice and don't lie and wash your fucking hands.
I bet if someone told the president that Joe Biden said that he would never go back to preschool, he'd be like, you know what? I will go back to preschool. And he'll he'll prove everyone wrong by going back to preschool and be like, the story doesn't make sense.
Right. He has to listen. That's the thing. And learn how to share. Imagine billionaires learn how to share.
No, I can't imagine
maybe I should be taxed. It would just be such a better world. So, and Giraffes Can't Dance is everybody makes fun of him, and then he finds his music that he loves. they're all beautiful.
You know, Noah picked out this book. It was like, I don't remember the title of it, but it was about this like boat that lived in New York City, and it used to be an old boat that was in action in New York City in like the early 1900s, but then some guys built a clubhouse on it, and then 9/11 happened, and then they actually used the boat to fight the fire. And I thought I was just reading a kid's book about a boat. Holy moly, right. Knocked me for a loop. Oh my God. Whoa. Can you imagine you're reading a kid's book and all of a sudden you turn the page and then it's 9/11. It was a great book. Yeah. I wish I had the title. I should try to find the title. I'll try to find I'll try to find the title right now so I could say it. I just got a jump scare when the Rat Cousin clone was on my screen still. 9/11 boat kids book. What? Oh, Fireboat, it's called. The Heroic Adventures of the John J. Harvey. Whew. 5 stars on Amazon.
I'll write it down. That sounds great.
Yeah, it's intense.
Is it propaganda in any way?
No, I mean, no.
It's not like Go America?
No.
But then I love it.
Yeah, no.
Just go.
It's humanity. It's a human story. And you could see, like, when I went to the library, I just thought I was getting, a cool, because he likes books about trucks and shit, and all that stuff. So I thought it snuck up on me. And what's the weirdest shit that ever happened to you?
This was a tough one. I think I said the time we're living in right now is honestly the craziest thing that has happened. It beats the pandemic and every night of touring in a band. All the crazy things that have happened, living in a van, driving around for months at a time. Right now, I feel like every day is like, this can't be real. This is insane.
It's
just crazy time.
Is it concerning that every day is more weird than yesterday?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know everybody has these theories about how maybe it's not real, or what do you call it? We're in a simulation type of thing.
Like some stoner shit. I'll bring that stoner shit in a Bon Slambook.
You just cool it. I know. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. Like every day you're just like, what? This can't be. People still believe in this guy? Like, it's nuts. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Now, are you saying this because your stocks are sinking? Or is it more than that?
Yeah. No, now I think is when I'm going to get some stocks and figure out how to do that.
Man,
it's just insane.
Yeah. We'll see that. I don't know. Who knows? He has a supernatural ability to steamroll through life. Supernatural. Yeah. I'm calling it.
It's crazy. Crazy. I'm so curious what makes people just go, okay, whatever. I'll ignore every fact, every scientist, everything in the world, and just believe the horse's ass. It blows my mind. Like, it's fascinating. That's why people watch like Hitler documentaries and stuff, because it's like, wait, what? You guys stood behind this? It's so fascinating, and watching it in real time is really a crazy thing. Because you're like, wow, this is happening. It's real life. It's nuts. Nuts.
I heard his breath smells.
Other than that,
I heard his breath smells real bad too.
I'm sure, but I couldn't think of like just a silly, crazy thing.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
with hear yours
with Bonbons Lair, I wanted it to be more than what's your favorite food, what's your favorite pizza, and for a while I was gonna be like, what's your biggest regret, But then I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to ask people what their biggest regret is. Yeah, they come on the show and they're like, I had to talk about the time when, whatever, my dog fell out a window or something. I bring up some bad memory,
Right.
So what's the weirdest shit? And, weirdest shit could be, open to interpretation. I talked about the time when I went trick-or-treating with my friends and they wanted to go to my hermit uncle's cellar apartment. And I was wearing like a mask, and I'm like, I guess I'll go. I don't know, whatever. And I went to my hermit uncle's cellar apartment, and he started talking about my grandfather, his brother. And he's like, do any of you guys know my dead brother? And then I had to be like, he was my grandfather. It's the weirdest shit that ever happened. I can't figure out if it even happened. It seems like a dream, but I'm pretty sure it happened.
So you didn't know it?
No, and I don't know why. It was all the way at the top of the hill, and I don't even know why my friends wanted to knock on his door. He didn't even have anything to give us. It's so strange. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's the weirdest shit that ever happened to me.
Your uncle, or was it like, let's go to that weird guy's house?
I don't like. He was not like a neighborhood like, oh, the weird guy that lives on the top of Reynolds Street. He's just like a hermit who got messed up from the war and stuff and didn't like to go places. But he's a great guy. He I don't know. I got him when Superman died. I got him that comic book, and then he rolled it up, which sent chills down my spine because I thought it was going to be worth money someday, and the blue horn noises in it. There's more, but I'm not going to talk about it right now.
Okay.
What haven't you gotten to yet?
Well, for this, I put all of my goals. Piano, sign language, Spanish, all the places I want to go. I feel like there's so much I haven't gotten to.
I didn't understand what you wrote here. The last line. What is this? Seriously?
It says too busy being awesome.
Too busy. Your T's are unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was being fancy with you.
It's not an accusation. It's just a recognition.
Yeah. Yeah. I was too busy being awesome. Living life.
Yeah. You want to learn piano.
Yeah, I just always I want to have a piano.
You don't have a piano in your house?
I don't, and it's so silly, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't have. I want a piano. I don't have one.
I'm gonna get one soon. I'll get one. They're free. They're everywhere.
They're free, but then you end up getting one that's all fucked up, and then you gotta deal with your fucked up piano that you gotta cart all over town when you move or whatever. I don't know.
It's a lot.
I wonder. You know what you need is a Spanish-speaking deaf piano teacher.
Yeah, just do it all.
I'm sure you could find
like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use apps.
Oh yeah, but apps. I mean, I don't know. Maybe apps work. My son.
I'm just bad at.
My son takes piano classes, and he just played his first two-handed song on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's reading music and stuff. Whatever it's called Little Bird or something. Just some generic exercise.
I'd love to read music. That's another thing. I can't read music.
It's weird. He sits there and he'll play and he'll be reading music as he plays Ode to Joy and stuff with one hand.
Wild.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's got to be easy if a kid could do it.
I don't know if Teflon Dill. I don't know Teflon Dill's character, but in the chat, I think this is in regards to the weirdest shit that ever happened. Teflon Dill says, I carved Satan into a holy piano at church, and when I went back the next day, it said Jesus. I don't know if they're lying or telling stories or what, but that'd be crazy if that happened.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Carved Satan is a badass thing to do, and then you go back and it says Jesus. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's wild.
Somebody either did an awesome prank and replaced the whole piano.
Yeah. Or the priest was like, what the heck, man? These kids keep carving Satan into my piano. I'll show them.
That's cool.
Thomas, what's your happy place?
Off the head, I put Coney Island, Red Rocks, concerts, the woods with my dog, and my garage. These are places where if I'm at Coney Island, I'm a happy guy. I'm on the beach. If I'm at Red Rocks, ear to ear, I'm just smiling, you know. I love those places. I feel good. I feel comfortable. What does yours say?
Mine says Maeda Flats, which is a beach in Okinawa.
Oh, okay.
But did you get the Coney Island? What do you get snacks there?
Fries.
Fries
from Nathan's.
Oh wow.
I don't really eat hot dogs, but I get French fries from Nathan's is my favorite.
It's amazing. I've never been.
On the boardwalk.
Do you take the subway there?
Ideally, yeah. I mean, now I usually drive, but when we lived in Brooklyn, we would take the subway there.
Sounds like a great. How long does it take from like whatever, wherever in Brooklyn you were?
Maybe it was probably 25 minutes or so.
There you go. This is the type of questions that I ask on Bonbon's Lair. How long does it take?
Yeah.
I'm a journalist.
Yeah. It was, like we would have, I'd have work in the afternoon, so we'd get up and like take the train to Coney Island for the morning, just for a couple hours, just to walk around. It's my favorite. Just love that place. I don't know why. It's like a shithole.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. It's so picturesque. Like it's just, I don't know. It's so special.
Did you ride the roller coaster?
I don't like roller coasters. No.
Oh. So you never rode the Coney Island roller coaster?
No, I had a buddy that did and said it was one of the best.
I'm gonna ride it.
And I had friends that went on the Ferris wheel and stuff. I'm not really a ride guy. That's the thing. I just like being.
Not
there.
even Cosmotron?
I've been on one roller coaster in my life and I hated it.
Did you never rode the Cosmotron at Knoebels?
I was on one. I want to say it was the Phoenix.
Yeah, no, Cosmotron though isn't a roller coaster. It's the building where you go in a circle and they play tunes as you go in a circle.
I don't want that either.
You're missing out.
No way.
My goal is to get Critter Den in the Cosmotron 2025.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Thomas, will you sing us a song? Let's listen. Maybe we do this as the finale if you say yes or no. Maybe we come back to this.
Oh, okay.
So
like later.
You'll like take us out if you do want to sing us a song.
Oh, right. You could fade me out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll think about that one. I said yes, okay.
Yeah, well, think about it.
Well, sure.
There's no...
You said yes, too.
I said yes, too, but then I just, like, demonstrated. Like, I just sang, a cappella about it, whatever. Because this is the thing. I'm going to have musical guests. I'm going to have people who don't sing and just have to say no, who refuse to sing. I'll have people who don't sing and have to sing yes. It's a fun thing. I like hearing songs, no matter who it is.
Love it. I love songs.
I think what we should do now, it is 7 o'clock, a little after 7. I think we're going to premiere the music video of Profanity.
Wow.
By Critter Den. This is the world premiere.
Amazing. Now, I won't hear anything.
You won't? No, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. Well, I'll see it maybe.
You're not going to hear anything, but it's okay. Don't worry. It's going to be playing. I promise you.
The people will hear it.
Yeah, the people will hear it.
I'll text over here or something.
How do I get my... Oh, no. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The world premiere. Profanity by Critter Den. All right, we're back. Are you there?
I'm here.
I can't. You know what? I did something.
I don't see you, though.
I know. Hold on. I did something. Okay, I'm back. Okay, here we are. I couldn't. I got 3 monitors, and my mouse. I couldn't figure out how to get my mouse back on this monitor, but we did it. Lots of feedback from the chat. Someone said, I'm going to use strong language here. They said, well fucking done, lads. They used the F word.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I say that sometimes.
Mr. Hyrax said, that was cool. And then a lot of emojis, clapping, finger snapping, ears and hearts. Check it out, critterden.bandcamp.com, and also on all streaming services. That's Critterden.
Critterden, not Crittenden.
What does Crittenden mean?
I feel like there's people that have the last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you look it up, it's like Lucy Crittenden.
Yeah. I kept looking for Critterden, and Crittenden. I was like, what is this, a guy? Who's this guy?
Yeah, but
and we got another song too, but
we do.
2 songs.
I feel like we've wasted enough of the people's times with me yapping about pierogies. I want to know about your process and the brilliance of what you've done.
Should we talk about this? I'm on the fence, but I think it's novel too.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna talk directly to the viewers here so that they understand what happened. What was the genesis for Crittenden? So Thomas and I are in this text group, and you sent out a track of yourself playing your child's drum kit.
Right.
And you were playing, it's like a 3-minute track of you playing your child's drum kit, no other accompaniment, that you recorded on your iPhone, audio from your iPhone. And so it was just a drum track that I took, and I built a song on top of that with no edits to your drum track.
Right.
Now, when you were playing...
That was the other song, not this one.
Right. Well, kind of the same one. It's different.
Yeah.
But same method where I didn't... did you have something in mind that you were drumming to as you were drumming, or you just hammering it out?
Not at all. That's why I was so surprised when you came back and it was like verse, chorus, verse, bridge. Like it was a song, and I just played it. And for no reason, I just sent it and said, hey, if anybody wants to play with this, thinking you would like chop it up or somebody would use a part or sample it. And you used the entire thing, even like the false start for the first one.
Oh yeah. I chopped out that other false start.
Yeah.
It annoyed me when I would hear it.
And then we did it again for this track where I just played a thing on his drum kit, iPhone just sitting on his bed. And yeah, just like whatever came to me in the moment, it was completely just first take demo stuff. And I don't know if that, like I said, enhances it, because I have nothing to do with this song, I feel like.
Oh, but
at the same time,
it's
obviously it exists. Like I think if you sent me this song, I wouldn't play those drums. And obviously you wouldn't have written this song without me just like sending you this, like it's just a crazy thing how it exists, you know?
The great thing about doing this was how pumped up I was getting, like writing the song. You know, I'd be like, oh yeah, because the drum was, they're so like propulsive and just like, I don't know, just fun. You know, it's when you write a song sometimes, like if you're trying to make a rock song and you got whatever a Logic drummer or whatever, you're not getting pumped up with this, but this was like, I was like, oh yes,
right.
This is the part where it's supposed to rock here, and this is the part where it's supposed to pull back a little bit. Salami Momi says Dave is the mom, Tom is the dad. Well, I 100% agree.
What is that?
I don't know.
We made a baby.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you were the sperm, and I fostered it in my womb, I've been for 9 months.
I can't take credit. I just like sent you a thing and you did awesome stuff with it. And I just think it's the coolest, you know?
Yeah.
And it's very busy for me. Like they're very busy drums, like
yeah.
I said. So if you sent me a track, I probably wouldn't be like trying to play that much.
Yeah.
But when I was doing it by myself, it was just me messing around.
That's
so,
like the best part about it is that it's like busy and
makes sense.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of the song is when my youngest daughter walks in the room and just goes, "Daddy, I love you," and then runs out.
Yeah.
Just love it. It's perfect.
And then I think my kid, when he heard that song, is like, "Is that me?" And I'm like, "No." Like, and then I think it's fun though, because it's like, you know, it's a discovery. Like it's like I had to find the song. Like it was like hidden. Like half of it was there, and I had to find the other half. You know. And then at first I started, you know, playing this thing that I was like, I'm going down the wrong route. This is incorrect. And then I went this other route, and I was like, there it is. There it is. Now I'm going down the right route. And it's also like, since it was like, I'm like, he recorded on his phone. He spent a few minutes. Like I felt like I wasn't precious about lyrics, or like even like I had to make it a certain way, you know? So it was freeing to just do it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Salami Mommy asks, what are the lyrics of that song and what's it about? And I do want to say, like, the video and the song are about this other thing that happened to me when I was about, I guess, 9, 10 years old, where the song is about me writing the F word on the side of my house. And, my parents are yelling at me, and I'm like, it wasn't me. And like, kind of, and then, in the song though, I'm like, I was lying. It was me. I wrote fuck, and,
wow.
Yeah. So it's like sort of a song, I guess, about like guilt and, you know what, like I'm lying, like I'm like Henry Rollins, like I'm a liar. But then I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, remember when I wrote the F word on the side of the house? Like, why did I do that? She's like, oh, you didn't do that. That was our neighbor. And then it came, and I was like, well, really? I thought I really did do that. But then she cleared this up.
Maybe you did. You convinced her that it wasn't.
You know what? Well, she I don't want to name names, but she named the kid that did it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow. It was very interesting. Another one of those weird things.
You just said it. You were like, no, that was little Charlie.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what really happened?
But
that's cool. That's very literal.
Yeah, no, it's completely literal. And also I like that the video, it's just like, it's a dumb thing to do, right? The F word on your house. I like this guy in the video, the character who, he's just addicted to like getting high off Sharpies and being a bad boy. We've all been there.
Did you, the thing we all want to know is, did you really, for the video, did you really write a bad word on your house?
Oh, well, I put a piece of tape there. And then I wrote on the tape. Perfect. Movie magic. I don't want my landlord, Mr. Mark, to see this and be like, why is this guy writing on my house? But I put a piece of tape there and then wrote on it. And when I was sniffing the marker, I wasn't really sniffing all the time. I was just putting it near my nose. I don't want people to think that I'm losing brain cells. Rainbow Astronaut, I think it wouldn't be a rebellious act if you had no one to say the word in front of. I don't know if I understand that. A chat. It would be a rebellious act if you had no one to say the word in front of. I don't remember. Mr. Hyrax says, just tell Mr. Mark the neighbor did it. I have an ongoing feud with, not ongoing, the feud is over, but one of my neighbors I had, and you know about this, I told you about this, our altercations with the neighbors. I told these guys too. I just complained to everybody about it for months now. I love your neighbor that when you were moving in, told you to be quiet when you were moving in. That guy seems like a piece of work. I'm not going to talk shit in case they're watching right now.
That was old news, old neighbors.
Old news, old neighbors. Life is much better now. Anyway, guys, check out more Critter Den. We're gonna be live on YouTube. Go on YouTube, leave comments in there. Thomas, we're about to wrap this up.
Okay.
Before we wrap it up, can you just quickly just say that you love Samadra bidets? From your experience, you've had awesome experiences with Samadra bidets. Just lie. You could just lie.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
Can you say,
as far as I know?
Can you say Samadra bidets though?
I can't.
Really? I can't get you to do this product placement?
No.
It's for Samadra.
That's all you. That's all you.
No, it's for Samadra though. Just say. I'll use AI to make your voice say this. So you just talk for 30 seconds blank, and then I'll just use Chat 11 Labs and do it.
Yeah,
just move your mouth. Just move your mouth, and I'll just do it all in AI. You don't have to worry about it.
I could just point and do this, and you'll make it.
I got the GIF. I got it. Thank you. They sent that to me. I'm going to make this at some point. I have to make this epic video for them. I haven't used it yet.
That's fantastic. Sending you bidets. That's fantastic.
They don't even ask that I send it back. They say I could keep it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Rainbow Astronaut, thank you for being here. Rainbow Astronaut says, thanks for hanging out with us, Thomas.
Oh, yeah, this was great. I feel like you're going to look back on this years to come and be like, oh, my first interview. I was a goof.
I know.
A goofball. And now I've really honed it in.
I've evolved so much.
Yeah, this is a cool demo.
Or, people might post this on their Critter Den Stan TikTok page where they unearth lost Critter Den clips. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, Thomas. I gotta arrange my windows. I keep losing my mouse. It sucks. Thomas.
You gotta arrange your windows.
I gotta arrange my windows.
Your mouse has to know where your windows are.
Yeah, it doesn't know.
That much.
Thank you so much. I feel like we all learned a lot about you, and now you're in the Slambook in perpetuity.
Thank you.
Not Ann Crittenden, it's Critter Den. Just make sure it's Critter Den. You don't want to be listening to Ann Crittenden.
Den of raccoons or something.
Yeah. Thomas, will you take us out with a song?
Yes, while I get my guitar. You said you want to write 3 books?
Oh yeah, there's three. I had the order I was going to write them. I think I might start with my 3rd one though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is this fiction? Can we know anything?
The one that I've made the most progress in is fiction. But inspired by some of my parents' autobiographical elements. But I think it's still fiction, though, because it's still a fictional world. It's kind of sci-fi. It's like a mundane sci-fi. Maybe in the vein of like Gattaca, something like that. And then there's a memoir about my time spent working at a late-night animation network where I spill all the juice and it's a gossip. It's like a gossip thing. And then also there's another one that's sort of a coming-of-age story, but it's like based on short films I made in college that I feel like I never finished my thought. Like because I didn't have enough juice to finish my thought back then, but now I could like finish my thought of these short films that I made when I was 20. 3 books.
Dig it.
Someday we'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bon Bon Slambook. We're here with Thomas Abrams. Shout out some things, because I know you got some stuff going on.
Do I?
Yeah.
I got Critter Den happening. I don't know if I do other things. I have a YouTube where I just kind of write songs that come to me, and sometimes I post them, and they probably all have 6 or 7 or 15 views. I don't know how to ask people to share and like and smash and everything. So I mean, if people did that, I feel like it would be cool. But they just kind of come out and then they just sit there. I don't know how to promote this stuff. This was fun though.
How about the co-op?
Oh, the collab, yeah.
Collab.
We're kind of also we're building like a studio here in Glenside. It's kind of all in our brains right now, but yeah, it might be a recording studio / practice space. Definitely music venue. It's all happening.
It's all happening.
Glenside, PA. If you're around the Philadelphia area, you got to look up the collab and come see it.
At Sight Like a Bee, Thomas Abrams, thank you again. You're going to take us out. Thank you for being on Bon Bon's Slambook. Take it away.
All right. I just wrote this recently. Just to go play an open mic, and you can try to mix it. I just came up with the perfect post. I'd love for you to like it the most. You could even throw a sheep or raid my room on MTV. 'Cause I'm totally going #retro. I just made the perfect French toast. Secret starts with a good pot roast. Now your bread is made of beef, cinnamon, vanilla bean. And the earth is totally a hoax. I wish I was mine. It would be easy to say. All of this was just a marble in a maze. But the truth is, life is not a fucking game. I think I just perhaps overdosed. If you can kindly check my pulse, they call it beauty sleep, like you call old and antique. You call urban areas the ghetto. I think I just built a rainbow. Quickly book me on the nearest talk show. Let's trade lies and fall asleep to the sounds of our broken dreams. Don't let the truth impose. Don't let your morals be exposed. Don't mistake the slideshows by all the Pinocchios. They're just as good as torn pantyhose, full of red 40 jello. That's the jam.
It's the